Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ambition Unlocked. I'm your host, Louis, and I know I'm not dapper down. Unfortunately, this episode is not sponsored by Nike. They're lost, but I'm in the basement right now. I just moved again. One thing about me is I always move. Right now, I'm in a basement in Denver. A nice little spot I got going on, but another episode, another week. I'm ready to get this one going. So today's topic of discussion is going to be basically called what I like to call, like, why not you? Like, why not me? Well, I'm at a loss for words, so I'm just going to describe what I'm talking about, and then we're going to discuss it. So what I want to talk about is how a lot of people feel as if they don't deserve success in a sense. And that's something I've noticed through my years of, like, on the road to, getting my own success and doing what I want to do. Is I'll talk to a lot of people who are talented in a lot of different things, and they have exactly what it takes to make it to the next level and do what they need to do and, like, really get a bag from what they love to do. But before I started my journey to chase my goals and achieve my dreams and whatnot, I almost felt like I didn't deserve success in a sense. The reason I'm bringing up this topic too is because one of my favorite players, Derrick Rose, just retired. And he was the youngest ever to, win an MVP in the NBA. And I honestly didn't watch his entire speech, but I remember one day I was just scrolling on social media, and I seen the clip from his speech. And what he said was, "Why not?" Two words changed my entire perspective on life. And he literally says, "Why not?" Like, why not me? If I'm in the league with all these great players, I'm a great player. Why not me? Why can't I be, the most valuable player in the league? Why can't I be the youngest to ever do it? Why not me? And I feel like so many people kind of look in the mirror and be like, why do I deserve, success? Why do I deserve this, over others? And I never once, try to think, why not me? When you're young, and if you don't come from a successful background, when you're young, you're watching movies, you're seeing celebrities, you're seeing models, and they just seem so, you're idolizing these people, and they look untouchable. They always look clean. Their smile is always crispy. I didn't even know what veneers were, but everybody just always looks so perfect on camera. And, when you wake up every day, you look in the mirror, you're not perfect. Everybody has their own imperfections, but when you see these people that you idolize and you want to be like, or these businessmen living the dream, driving certain cars, making a certain amount of money, living a certain lifestyle, and you're looking at yourself and you're looking at your environment and what you're around, you kind of feel like, man, I could never, like, achieve that level of success. Like, what do I have in common with these people that I have the audacity to think that I can be on the same playing field, like the same level as them? You feel me? And I remember seeing that video from Derrick, and I literally sat there and wondered, why not me? And another reason why that really stuck with me the most is I can only relate to certain people that have been in my position. If I'm talking to somebody and they've never struggled before, they've never faced adversity, they've never faced, poverty, they've never faced certain type of things, it's hard for me to relate to, like, their route to success, because they have a lot of tools and resources that I never had the opportunity and the access to. So for me to relate and try to follow what they're doing is kind of difficult. There's always some things you can take from people, even if you can't relate to them. Everybody's a human being. I don't care how rich or how poor somebody is, you're always going to have like at least one thing in common with somebody. But when I was younger, I was related better from people that have been in my position. For example, like Derrick Rose, he came from, where he, like, his upbringing, like, it was a little bit difficult. And even, rappers like, 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, like, I relate to these people because they were in my shoes. Like, when I was younger, we at the grocery stores at the Walmart, and my mom is paying, checking out, and she's pulling out coupons, and you're like, ah, man, you're kind of getting embarrassed a little bit. But, these people have been in my shoes, and now they're living the lifestyle and achieve the goals that I want to achieve. So I'm like, okay, let me follow in their footsteps. So when he was like, why not me? And I'm like, damn, he was in a position like myself, so why not me too? And that really made me change my whole perspective. And I'm like, man, like, why don't I deserve to get these success? Why don't I deserve that? And there is no reason. You do deserve it. If you aspire for something and you want something, you just put in the work and you come up with a plan and you do what needs to be done to get there. There's no such thing as somebody deserves it more than you. It's just, life is just a bunch of circumstances and situations that lead to an outcome. Like, there is no guarantees for nothing. You could have more talents than the most talented person at whatever craft, but if you're not in the right position, in the right situation, presented with the right opportunity, you will never achieve the same amount of success. So it's not necessarily that somebody deserves it more than you. It's all about situations, opportunity. And the older I get, I start to, believe in manifesting. And not only that, but really believing in yourself, visualizing that you know you're going to make it. For me personally, I don't have a plan B. If there is no, if I don't make it, what will I do? It's, what do I need to do to get to my end goal? If this doesn't work, what's the next option to get me to that end goal? Like, the goal never changes. How to get there might change based on my situations and what's going on, but the goal never changes. There is no plan B. It's just editing the plan as we go along. So that really changed my whole perspective on it. And as I got older too, so I really manifest these things and I really materialize my future and know that I can achieve it. I can achieve it. I have nothing but, confidence in that. But it all starts with believing in yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. And it all really started when I heard that clip from him saying, "Why not?" And ever since then, like, when I'm having a bad day, or I feel undeserving, or I feel like, maybe I'm not putting enough work, or I'm not where I want to be, and then I sit down and I'm like, shit, why would I give up now? Why not me? You feel me? And anytime you listen to somebody who's been successful, that you always have some type of obstacle in your way. But that's just life. No matter what you do, no matter how good you are at something, there's always going to be some type of obstacle. And it's all about resilience and persistence. You got to overcome that and keep pushing. And you got to, once you overcome those obstacles, there's going to be another one. But if you it's like a hurdle race. You start the track, you just jump one hurdle after another, after another, after another. And before you know it, you're at the end goal and you're exactly where you need to be. And you're like celebrating your success. And I feel like when you really, I don't know about you, but like when I was younger, I used to hate setbacks and going through things. It's just the opposite of why not. I'm like, why me? Like, why am I going through this BS right now? Why can't I just get to where I need to be without any distractions, any obstacles, any situations? But as I got older and I faced challenges and I got past them, it gave me more confidence to keep moving. And it's like a high after you've gone through like a terrible situation. You're like, I don't know how I'm going to make it out of this one. And then you go ahead and make it out of this one. You feel good. You didn't give up. You kept on pushing. And the older I get, the more I like succeeding past an obstacle. I still don't like the obstacle. I'm keeping 100 with you. I don't like it. But after I pass it and I look back, it makes me feel better about accomplishing a certain thing. It's like, I still got to this point, even though I had to go through that. And that made me, that motivates me to keep going. And another reason why I feel like people think they're undeserving is they think other people work harder than them. And with social media now and people editing videos and showing you a certain lifestyle, and you see the product, but you don't see the route to the success. You just see the outcome, not what they had to go through. Oftentimes you're like, damn, like that person just works harder than me and they deserve it more than me because I don't work hard enough. One thing I've learned in life is everything you want is very simple. It's not that hard. Once you come up with a plan and you follow it and you know if you do this, you're going to get there. For example, if you go to the gym, if you eat whatever, if you're trying to bulk or you're trying to cut, there's a calorie goal and macros. You follow that. You eat a certain amount per day, certain amount of calories, and you do a certain amount of work, like certain workouts that target certain areas. And you do it consistently, no matter what happens, unless you get sick, God forbid. But if you stick to the calorie plan and you stick to the workout routine, you're going to get the results. It's that simple. You eat this amount of calorie, you do this type of workout, and you make sure you recover for this amount of time, you're going to get to that goal. How you're going to look, that's all depending on genetics or whatever. But if you follow that plan, you're going to get that outcome. And I feel like people think that working hard is gonna give you like the best outcome. Like, I remember I had a personal trainer one time when I first really started getting money and I wanted to invest in my body and myself. And he told me this one thing. He's like, bro, you can feel hella motivated and have the best workout of your life on Monday. But if you don't work out Tuesday through Friday, it's not going to end well for you. But if you have an okay workout on Monday, but then you go ahead and have good workouts or okay workouts Tuesday through Friday, those 5 days of you being consistent, even though you didn't feel that great about the workout, you're going to get the results way more than having one day full of ambition and hard work and you're locked in all the way. You have the best workout of your life for one day. It doesn't matter how hard you work for one day or how much hard you work for 5 days. It's just about the consistency and not burning yourself out. When I first started working out, I'm like, man, if I work hard as shit, I eat, lift heavy, and, just do what I got to do, I'm going to get big. I got cut, but I never recovered properly. I wasn't dieting properly, but I was working out every day for 2-3 hours a day for 5 days. And my body looked a little bit better, but I still kind of looked exactly the same. But when I was working out 4 to 5 days a week, having 2 to 3 rest days, and I was lifting heavy, but like moderate, I saw the most gains because I stayed consistent and I stuck to a plan. I recovered. I didn't burn myself out. Working hard, it's going to sound stupid. A lot of people might feel some type of way about it. Working too hard is stupid. Working really hard is also stupid. Doing what you need to do and being consistent, that's what gets you where you need to be. And the best way I can put it is I'm going to tell you a quick story about how I learned the hard way that hard work sometimes doesn't always pay off. It's always just smokes and mirrors. I had this job I was working at when I was in my early 20s. One thing I've always got from my parents is to always work hard and do what you need to do. I got hired for a job. I agreed to take the job. My job was to do this, that, and the third. And I did this, that, and the third to the best of my abilities. I worked hard. I stayed consistent. And I just never really talked about what I did. I just worked hard. I clocked in, clocked out, didn't talk to anybody really. I just came and did my job and left. And I worked so hard. I had a team of 4 to 5 people. Everything I did made the team look so good because everybody else was doing the bare minimum, but I was doing shit I wasn't even paid to do. And I put in so much work, but nobody really noticed that I was locked in. It just, at the end of the week, it just be a report of the team efforts. Whole time I'm carrying everybody's weight, but I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, oh, that's what I was hired to do. I did my job, and since I'm on the clock and I got a couple hours left, I'm just going to do extra shit, because it's why not? You feel me? After a couple of months, my team lead got a promotion, and basically our team was threatened to be disbanded, but some of us were threatened to be fired because they thought the team lead was the reason why the team was doing so great and everybody else was kind of lackluster. The whole time I'm like, bro, this man doesn't do anything. He's just sitting on his computers. Every now and then he might handle an escalation or whole team meetings, which he repeats the same thing. And I'm just like, this dude just got paid and advanced further in life off of my hard work. And I just sat there, and that's something I've learned is just because you work hard, that doesn't mean you're gonna make it. You're gonna get a certain level of success. You gotta work. That year I really learned that you gotta work smarter, not harder, and make things as simple as they can be. And I remember this hurt me a lot to realize. And I remember after my boss got promoted, I went home and I'm like, damn, how did I put in this much work and nobody even knows I work for this company? And this dude who barely does anything but look over us got the promotion. And then I looked at my parents. I'm like, bro, I'm half their age and they've been working for longer than I have. And I really looked at the numbers and I was making more money than my parents. And my parents are some of the most hardworking people I have ever met in my entire life. And they're good, honest to God people. And financially, we were not in the best position in life. And it really hit me that hey, maybe, just maybe, working hella hard all the time might not be the best thing. And to circle back to the topic of why, some people don't feel like they deserve it, is you don't have to work twice as hard as somebody for you to achieve success. If you know how to make things simple and you know where to be and you know who to talk to and you know when opportunities are presented, life is just a game of opportunities. It's that simple. You do what you need to do, be consistent at it, and be open to opportunities. I was always told, don't wait for an opportunity to present itself. Always be ready for an opportunity and take advantage of the opportunity when it presents itself. Don't wait. Always be ready. And when that time comes, if you're doing if you're doing everything you need to do, you're gonna get to exactly where you need to be. And just to put into perspective, like, there's people out there who are successful because they suck at what they do. Literally. They get paid for being so bad at what they do because some people watch, what is it, like, they call it trolling. Like, some people do certain things just to piss people off. And you're going to see somebody you hate on social media, but every time you see their video, you're like, oh, he's about to do, or she's about to do something stupid. And then you watch the video. I knew it. Of course you knew it. They knew it. But what you don't know is when you click on that video and you watch that 5-second ad before you hit skip, they're getting paid. You watching that video amongst another million people, they're getting paid. So if you think you don't deserve a certain amount of success because you don't think you have enough talent, or you don't think you put enough work, or you just, you feel ashamed of yourself, or you've done certain things that you're not proud of and you don't think you deserve a certain level of success, that's not the case at all. And back to, the whole topic of this is, why not you? There's people getting paid to be hated. There's people getting paid to be loved. And there's people who are getting paid to be right in the middle. And there's people getting paid to have a certain amount of success, and you will never know who they are. Just some random Joe Schmo. They have a certain position at a company making millions of dollars, and they live their lives. And they're just a regular person. There's celebrities. There's people who do a bunch of things, and they're getting paid, and they have all this level of success. And it's all about just being consistent, overcoming your obstacles. And at the end of the day, if you want something, chase it. Why not? One thing's for certain, you were born to die. No matter what type of life you lived, whether you were Genghis Khan, whether you were the president of the United States, whether you were homeless, whether you're a criminal, you were born one day and you're going to die one day. Everything happens. Everything that matters to you happens in between that time. So for you to think that this person is better than you and they deserve it more than you, that's a lie. You were born the same way. You came out of your mother. They came out of their mother. At the end of the day, you're going to lose your last. You're going to breathe your final breath, and you're going to die and be put in the dirt. No matter who you are, how famous you are, how successful you are, you're going to be born, and then you're going to die. So at the end of the day, what makes them different from you? Nothing. It's just their choices, the opportunities they were presented with, and them just knowing what they wanted and just going and just gunning for it. If you don't chase what you want and you don't manifest what you want, and if you don't believe you deserve what you want, you will never get what you want. And you're going to wake up one day. I had this coworker when I was younger. He was 65 years old. He said he just started working just to make money, just to get by. And then one day he just kept on working and working. And one day he woke up, he was 65. Wondering what happened to my life, what happened to all my goals and ambitions. He just kept on living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And before he knew it, he was at the end of his ropes. All his hopes, all his dreams, everything he ever wanted, he put it second. He didn't feel like he deserved it. He didn't feel like he worked hard enough. He just wanted to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck just to do the bare minimum to get by. And one day he woke up 65 and he was nowhere near where he wanted to be in life. And even though he was working for a check, he still never had enough. So at the end of the day, you can do everything you need to, and still, you can do everything they tell you to do and still not end up where they promise you to be. So why not you? Why don't you deserve success? Why don't you deserve to achieve your goal? Why not you? It's always going to be you. So that's it for this episode of Ambition Unlocked. And as always strive and prosper and be great. Till next time.